Welcome back, coin master lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters from around the world. You're now tuned into the hottest live coin show on YouTube, your one-stop channel where pocket change turns into power, and ordinary coins become life-changing fortunes. If you've ever picked up a dime and thought, what if this tiny coin was worth thousands? Then today's show is going to blow your mind. Because we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and unexpectedly valuable coins in American history, the 2000p Roosevelt dime, the Liberty I dime marked with "In God We Trust" and a Philadelphia mint mark. This coin, my friends, is not just 10 cents, it could be worth $45,000 or more. Yes, you heard that right. So grab your coin jars, your magnifiers, your old change drawers, because you just might be sitting on a treasure you never knew existed. Let's start this wild ride with a little flashback in time, all the way to the year 2000. The world had just survived Y2K. Technology was exploding. America was stepping into a new millennium. And during all this change, the United States Mint was still doing what it had done for over 200 years, striking coins for the nation. But something strange, something fascinating, happened that year at the Philadelphia Mint. Among the millions of coins minted, a rare batch of Roosevelt dimes came off the presses with such subtle but powerful differences that they've now become the holy grail of pocket change. And we're talking specifically about that tiny silver-colored coin with the face of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and the proud torch of liberty on the reverse, the 2000p Roosevelt dime. Before we break down the value and the rarest traits of this incredible dime, let's pay tribute to the history that brought it to life. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced 1 year after the death of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the only U.S. president elected 4 times and a champion of the American people during the Great Depression and World War II. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. And since then, the Roosevelt dime has stood as a symbol of courage, resilience, and liberty. Fast forward to the year 2000. The U.S. Mint produced over 1.7 billion Roosevelt dimes that year from the Philadelphia facility. Yes, billion with a B. So, how can one of those dimes be worth $45,000 today? The answer lies in the details. The secret is in errors, varieties, and perfect conditions that collectors crave. Let's talk about mint errors. One of the most sought-after versions of the 2000p Roosevelt dime includes off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing clad layers, and even double dies. These types of errors occur when the coin planchet is not seated correctly during minting, or when the dies themselves shift during the striking process. The results? Coins with unusual features that look completely different from the standard design. Collectors love errors. They're rare, they're wild, and they make headlines. In the case of the 2000p Roosevelt dime, a coin with a double die obverse or reverse in uncirculated condition could fetch thousands. A misaligned die strike? Easily over $10,000. A coin with a full missing clad layer, showing raw copper? That alone can go for more than $15,000 at auction. Now let's look at condition. This is where the real money is. Coins graded at MS68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. Out of over a billion coins minted, only a tiny handful will survive in perfect, untouched condition with sharp details, blazing luster, and 0 scratches. These are the coins that go to auction houses. These are the coins that break records. These are the coins that can turn 10 cents into $45,000 or more. But let's not stop there. Let's talk about a particular case. In 2023, a collector brought in a seemingly ordinary 2000p dime to a grading service. The coin was struck with such precision, such flawlessness, and such an unusual die pattern that it was labeled as a major mint variety. It sold in a private sale for an incredible $45,000. That's life-changing money. That's the kind of coin that makes the headlines. And you, sitting at home right now, could have one just like it. Number 1, mint mark. Make sure it's got the P mark right above the date. That means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Number 2, check the edges. If your coin is missing the clad layer, and shows a solid copper color, that's an immediate red flag for rarity. 3. Look for doubling. If the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," or even Roosevelt's eye or ear look slightly shadowed or doubled under magnification, you might be holding a doubled die variety. Number 4. Condition is king. If your coin looks like it just came off the mint floor, with no scratches, full detail, and mirror-like surfaces, send it to a grading service immediately. Number 5. Compare with known varieties. Check your coin against known error types from reputable coin databases or auction houses. Some known errors from the year 2000 are already documented and traded among elite collectors. Now let's answer the big question everyone's asking in the live chat. Why would anyone pay $45,000 for a dime? The answer is simple: rarity meets demand. In the world of numismatics, the rarer the coin, the higher its value. And when a coin is both rare and flawless, it becomes a treasure. Collectors, investors, and museums are constantly hunting for the best examples of US coins, and when one of these shows up, the bidding wars get intense. Let's not forget the emotional value too. For many Americans, collecting coins is a connection to history, to family, to legacy. That dime could have passed through thousands of hands, survived decades of change, and ended up in your collection as a rare gem. That's not just a coin, that's a time capsule, a piece of American story. So, let me ask you now. Have you checked your change today? Have you gone through that old drawer in the kitchen, or that dusty piggy bank from your childhood? That ordinary-looking coin you've had for years might be worth tens of thousands of dollars. And we're here, live, to help you find it. If you're just joining the stream, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications because we are unlocking the hidden value in US coins every day. We've got more treasure hunts coming your way, more incredible finds, and expert tips on how to grade, evaluate, and sell your coins for maximum value. The 2000p Roosevelt dime is not just a coin. It's a symbol of what's possible when history, rarity, and a little bit of luck come together. So don't just spend your change, examine it. Treasure it. And maybe, just maybe, your next dime will be worth $45,000 or more. Thanks for joining us on this thrilling deep dive into one of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes of the modern era. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and keep hunting, because fortune favors the curious. I'm your host, signing off for now, but don't forget, every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. See you in the next one. Today's video is trending across the entire coin collecting community. We're about to dive deep into a coin that many people overlook every single day. But what if I told you that one of these dimes might just be worth a life-changing $45,000? Yes, you heard that right. Get ready for the full breakdown on the 2010 Roosevelt dime, the Liberty. One dime, coin with "In God We Trust" on its face, minted in Denver. A coin that could be hiding in your pocket right now. Now sit back, grab your coin jar, and get ready to check every single dime you own. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why these coins are commanding massive prices in the market, and how the tiniest detail can make you a fortune. We're going deeper than ever before, so don't miss a second. Let's start with the legacy behind this iconic coin. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. FDR was not only a national hero who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II, but he was also closely associated with the fight against polio. That's why the dime was chosen to honor him, because of his strong support of the March of Dimes, a campaign that raised funds to battle polio across the nation. The coin's design, by John R. Sinek, features Roosevelt's left-facing profile on the obverse side. The words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year of minting appear alongside his bust. And on the reverse side, you'll find an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch, symbols of peace, liberty, and strength, along with the words United States of America, one dime, and the national motto, E pluribus unum. Fast forward to the year 2010, the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado, produced hundreds of millions of Roosevelt dimes that year. The Denver Mint mark is indicated with a small D just to the lower right of Roosevelt's neck. But here's where things get fascinating. Despite the massive mintage numbers, a handful of 2010 D Roosevelt dimes have shown up with extremely rare errors, stunning quality, and unique strike characteristics that make them stand out like a diamond among pebbles. These are the coins that collectors fight over. These are the dimes that could fetch up to $45,000 in the collector's market today. Let's talk about why. First, mint errors. Errors are the holy grail for collectors. A few 2010 D dimes were released with off-center strikes, doubled dies, missing clad layers, and broad-struck errors without reading. These mistakes happened during the minting process and were never meant to leave the mint, making them extremely valuable due to their rarity. One example that sent shockwaves through the community was a 2010 D Roosevelt dime with a full reverse missing clad layer, revealing the pure copper core beneath. This coin sold for nearly $5,000 at auction. Another 2010 D dime with a dramatic off-center strike sold for over $8,500. But here's the most important point. A perfect uncirculated, full-band, gem-quality 2010 D Roosevelt dime in MS68 or higher condition has recently been estimated at a jaw-dropping $45,000. And yes, that price is real. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC have confirmed that only a few of these coins exist at that grade, making them incredibly desirable for high-end collectors trying to complete top-tier Roosevelt dime collections. Think about that for a moment, a 10-cent coin from just 2010, not ancient, not silver, yet capable of selling for the price of a brand new luxury car. And it gets even better. Coins found in circulation, meaning pocket change, old piggy banks, rolls from the bank, have shown up with these rare attributes. That means you don't have to be a millionaire to find one. All it takes is knowledge, a sharp eye, and maybe just a little bit of luck. Now let's dive into the current market dynamics. The 2010 D Roosevelt dime in average circulated condition is worth just face value, 10 cents. But in uncirculated mint state, prices climb rapidly. An MS65 example could bring you $15 to $40. While MS66 and MS67 graded coins sell in the range of $75 to $300. But when you reach that near-perfect MS68 grade, the sky's the limit. Only a few certified examples exist at that ultra-high level, and demand is through the roof. Coin collectors, dealers, and investment buyers are all battling to own one. That's why auctions on platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and even eBay have seen bidding wars push prices beyond expectations. And let's not forget about coins with that full torch or full bands designation on the reverse. This refers to the sharp, well-struck horizontal bands on the torch. These coins are even more valuable due to their rarity and visual appeal. A 2010 D Roosevelt dime with full bands and an MS68 grade? That's where the $45,000 price tag comes in. So what should you look for? Number 1. Check the date. Make sure it's a 2010 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark. Number 2. Check for errors. Look closely under magnification for any signs of doubling, missing layers, unusual rims, or off-center strikes. Number 3. Examine the reverse torch. Are the bands full and clear? If yes, you're holding something special. Number 4. Condition is king. The coin must have no scratches, no wear, sharp details, and an excellent strike. If you think you've got something, send it to a professional grading company for verification. And now the million-dollar question: why would anyone pay $45,000 for a dime? Simple answer: rarity and perfection. Coin collectors want the best of the best. And when something is rare, has historical significance, and is nearly impossible to find in flawless condition, it becomes a true treasure. Especially when it's hiding in plain sight. Now, before we wrap up this live session, here's what I want you to do. Go grab every dime you have. Look at your change, your drawers, your coin jars, even that dusty old box in the attic. You never know what's waiting there. A dime you've overlooked 100 times might be the one that changes your life forever. And if you find a 2010 D Roosevelt dime with rare features, message us right away. We'll help you get it graded and even help you sell it for top dollar. If you're enjoying this deep dive, hit that like button, share this stream with fellow coin lovers, and don't forget to subscribe to Coins Master. We go live with real coin news, rare finds, and secrets the collectors don't want you to know. Turn on those notifications so you never miss the next $1 million coin. Because remember, today's change could be tomorrow's fortune. Thank you for watching. This is Coins Master ND. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never stop looking for treasure. Today, we're diving deep into a modern-day treasure, the 2020p Roosevelt dime. The tiny coin with the word liberty, the powerful motto "I in God we trust," and a market value that could shock you to your core. Believe it or not, this dime, yes, this one dime, has recently surfaced in auctions with offers climbing all the way up to $45,000. That's right, $45,000. You may want to check your change jar after this video. So grab your coins, sit back, and don't you dare click away, because what you're about to learn could turn that little silver dime in your pocket into a life-changing payday. Let's kick things off with a bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just months after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the United States through the Great Depression and most of World War II. The dime was chosen as a tribute to Roosevelt, not only for his leadership but for his tireless efforts in fighting polio and founding the March of Dimes, a program originally created to combat the disease. His image on the dime was no accident. It was a symbol of strength, unity, and progress. Over the decades, this small coin has remained relatively unchanged in appearance. On the obverse, we see Roosevelt's profile facing left, the word liberty boldly stamped, and the iconic motto "I in God we trust," reminding us of the nation's core values. Also inscribed is the mint mark, in this case, the P, indicating the Philadelphia Mint, and the year 2020. But what makes the 2020p Roosevelt dime so incredibly special? Why are collectors and investors willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for what appears to be an ordinary coin? Here's where things get fascinating. In 2020, the U.S. Mint was operating under unprecedented conditions due to the global pandemic. With health protocols, limited staffing, and supply chain disruptions, coin production across the country was impacted. That year saw fewer coins entering circulation, and collectors have noted unusual varieties, strike errors, and high-grade specimens from the Philadelphia Mint in particular. Now here's the kicker. Certain 2020p dimes have surfaced with near-perfect MS69 and MS70 grades, certified by professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC. These coins are nearly flawless, brilliant, with sharp details, luster, and no visible marks even under magnification. Combine this pristine condition with the rarity of high-quality 2020 strikes, and you have a collector's dream. But there's more. Several error coins have been identified, and these are where the real money starts flowing. Some 2020p dimes show off-center strikes, die cracks, and die chips missing clad layers, doubled dies, where inscriptions like Liberty or "I in God we trust" appear doubled under magnification. These types of errors dramatically increase the value of the coin. A normal 2020p dime might be worth only face value, 10 cents. But a rare variety with a minting error, or a coin graded MS70, could fetch thousands, or in exceptional cases, even $45,000, as reported in recent auctions and private sales. You've heard that right, $45,000 for a coin that you might have right now in your wallet, under your car seat, or sitting at the bottom of a piggy bank. Now let's talk about market trends. Over the last 2 years, collectors have turned their attention toward modern coins, especially those minted during the COVID era. Why? Because fewer coins were distributed, and those in circulation often show signs of poor strike or were due to minting stress. Finding a flawless 2020p Roosevelt dime has become more and more difficult. High-grade examples are now being scooped up at record speeds by major collectors and dealers. Recent auctions hosted by top platforms have shown 2020p Roosevelt dimes graded MS70 reaching between $15,000 and $45,000, depending on certification, error variety, and even demand. Some of these coins were sold within hours of being listed. Private collectors have begun paying cash premiums for certified dimes with unique error characteristics or impeccable strike quality. And guess what? The interest hasn't stopped. In fact, it's climbing. With the rise of online coin marketplaces, numismatic TikTok influencers, and YouTube coin hunting channels just like this one, more and more people are turning their attention to what was once considered pocket change. Now, these coins are investment assets, like baseball cards, NFTs, or stocks. But here's the best part. This isn't just about some unreachable collector's item locked away in a vault. You can still find these coins in circulation. That's right, every time you receive change, every dime you see in a jar, in a laundromat, in a vending machine, or lying on the sidewalk could be the dime that changes your life. So, what should you be looking for? Check the date. Make sure it's a 2020 dime with a PE mint mark. Look for pristine condition, no scratches, wear, or discoloration. Examine under magnification. Look for doubling in text, missing clad layers, odd ridges, or off-center designs. Compare with certified examples. Visit the PCGS or NGC website to see what mint state coins look like. Consider getting it graded. If you think your coin has no flaws and looks better than any you've seen, submit it to a professional grading service now. Let's hear from you. Have you come across a 2020 P. Roosevelt dime that looks unusual or flawless? Drop a comment in the chat. Share your experience with the community. We are live, and this is your chance to be part of a growing movement of everyday people turning coins into cash. Imagine this: a tiny 10-cent piece funding your next vacation, your kid's education, a brand new car, or even a home. It's not a fantasy. It's happening right now. And it could happen to you. Before we continue, take a moment to hit that like button if you're enjoying this stream. Smash subscribe and turn on notifications, because we have dozens more coins to discuss that could be worth thousands hiding in your change. Don't miss out on future treasure hunts. Remember, the 2020 P. Roosevelt dime is modern, powerful, and mysterious. It represents a strange time in American history, minted during lockdowns, distributed in chaos, and yet shining bright through its scarcity and beauty. To sum it all up, this tiny coin that says liberty and "In God we trust" might be more valuable than gold. Keep your eyes peeled, because somewhere out there, a $45,000 dime is waiting to be discovered, maybe by you. Thanks for watching Coins Master Live. Stay curious, stay hunting, and most importantly, stay wealthy through wisdom. This is not just collecting. This is a treasure hunt. We'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, share. Let's make coin collecting go viral.